Before I begin this reaction um, video, I want to stress this. Bullies are sacks of shit. This is true. But if you go out of your way, just like your bully to ruin their life, you're a sack of shit too. You're you're not taking the higher road, you're stooping down to their level. I get it. Pacifism doesn't always work, and you have to defend yourself when you have to, and I understand that, and I'll defend myself when I have to, but I haven't run into a situation yet where I had to have done that yet. And especially gang revenge on my bullies, that's not on my radar. No, I don't have a plan or the thirst to see them suffer. I'm not for that because I think, like I said, bullies are sacks of shit, but if you go out of your way just as much to make their life miserable, you're a sack of shit too. And I'm just putting the truth out there. Anyway, let's go to the video.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here. Before this video starts, I just want to quickly remind you guys to follow me on Twitter. I post video updates, photos, and news stories, and sometimes even viral videos. It's absolutely crazy how some of these people got their revenge, so get ready. Definitely drop a like if you enjoy. Let's aim for 4,000 likes in this video because it really does help me out. So coming in at number 10, we have Louisa Manning. So when Louisa was around 12 years old, she was bullied about her looks. Basically, people called her fat and hairy, and she was even nicknamed Man Beast by other students. And because of this, she actually spent years barely eating anything because she was so self-conscious. She also had really bad confidence because of it. But as the years went on, she got really attractive, and 8 years after she left school, one of the boys who used to bully her asked her out on a date, and she accepted. They planned to go to a swanky restaurant, but the woman actually came to the restaurant early and asked the waitress to hand this photo and a note to the man when he arrived. The note said, "Hey, so sorry I can't join you."
Now see, look, situations like this, you know, is it a dick move? Yeah, it's a dick move. Don't get me wrong. It's a dick move. But was this necessary for this person to stand up somebody on a date? No. They could have discussed it over dinner or something, and you know, they could have put the hatchet under the bridge and stuff like that. And the situation could have been resolved. When people hold on to anger like that for such a long time, it makes them vile and vindictive, and it makes them, like I said, look like the sack of shit like their bullies were. And over time, bullies do change, but you got to give them the chance later on in life to prove that they have changed. You can't expect them to think the same way they always did, because that's not always the case. Before we continue watching the video, I just want to put the scenario out there. If you were bullied by a football jock and you found out later on in life that he was a paraplegic, would you go out of your way and burn his house down, or not to that extreme, but would you go out of the way and steal his wheelchair so he can't leave the house? Would you honestly do that? Think of that in your head. See, I wouldn't be able to bring myself to make somebody's life miserable. Now, this isn't as bad as the others might get in the video, but still, it's a dick move.
Tonight. Remember year 8 when I was fat and you made fun of my weight? No, I do. I spent the following 3 years eating less than an apple a day, so I've decided to skip dinner. Remember the monobrow you mocked, the hairy legs you were disgusted by? Remember how every day for 3 years you and your friends called me Man Beast? No, perhaps you don't, or you wouldn't have seen how I looked 8 years later and deemed me fuckable enough to treat me like a human being. I thought I'd send you this as a reminder. Next time you think of me, picture the girl in this photo, because she's the one who just stood you up. It's safe to say Louisa got a pretty good revenge. I just hope that bully regrets being such a predict before. So coming up next is Casey Haynes. Now this is probably one of the most known stories on this entire list. Basically, a kid called Casey was being badly bullied for years in his high school in Australia. He was bullied for over 4 years about him being fat. One day in 2011, he was being picked on by a bully who wanted to fight him. He hit Casey with some bad punches and shoves, but then out of nowhere, Casey picks him up and throws him above his head. So yeah, he just floored that bully after years of their shit. And then it went totally viral in a 40-second video. I can't show you the video because violence is banned on YouTube, so...
Okay. Look. A tiny kid in size basically got a broken leg from this fuck. Yeah. And, people are saying, way to go, you broke somebody's leg. You think that's really the appropriate response for harming somebody? You know what? You get called tubby every now and then. If you get made fun of your weight as a kid, yeah, it hurts. It's a confidence blow. Don't get me wrong. But breaking somebody's leg is not the appropriate response to that. It really isn't. It's just not, especially when you're a kid. Now, this kid is going to go through life being seen as an asshole. Way to go. You fucked yourself over in early life. So don't be surprised when you're in prison as an adult.
Sorry about that. But anyway, it went viral and got Casey on loads of TV shows and news shows talking about his experience. He even got invited by Justin Bieber to speak at one of his concerts about anti-bullying. Casey is now 19 years old and works as an anti-bullying advocate. So,
wow. Wow. See? He screwed himself over. No employer would want to hire somebody who broke the leg of their bully. No employer will want to hire somebody to do that. Because, you know, I mean, at all, that little bastard could have got, you know, a job as a bouncer. But still, he screwed his life over at a very early age. And, you know, he's going to live with it for the rest of his life. And that shows just how dangerous the left is when you see somebody like Justin Bieber inviting this kid to gloat about how he broke somebody's leg and doesn't feel any remorse for it. Because that's how you deal with bullying. You hurt somebody back. Makes no sense.
Coming up next is cupcakes. Now this one is pretty funny. So basically, a teenager in California was in the 10th grade and was being really badly bullied by a bunch of people in her class. So one day she brought in some cupcakes and handed them out to the bullies. And they tasted really bad, so the bullies asked her why they tasted so nasty. And she said that she put spit, hair, and sperm in the cupcakes. So all the bullies started freaking out, but the teenager who was being bullied's plan backfired because one of them called the police. When the police showed up, she said she didn't put all of that stuff in the cupcakes and that she just used mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, and soy sauce, which...
You have to have a sick, twisted mind to think that's funny. You have to have a sick, twisted mind to think that's funny. You know, people that get revenge on their bullies and they do it in the most heinous ways possible, as you're seeing in this video, they're losers just like their bullies are. Because they think getting revenge against their bullies is going to be a confidence boost, but it isn't. It really isn't. You know how you get a confidence boost for quote unquote revenge on your bullies? You make them feel sorry for what they did. You show them kindness and compassion, and then they'll apologize for what they did. That's the way of making a bully feel guilty without ruining their life.
Which was in fact the truth. She just lied to the bullies to scare them. So yeah, she didn't actually make them eat sperm or any of that other shit. But it must have been so funny to watch them freak out before the police got there. After that, the school made a rule that no one was allowed to bring in any food from outside the school into the building. So next up on this list is a racist bully.
Well, good for the school that made a no outside food policy. Good for them. That had to be done.
In 2015, a fight broke out in the UK where a white kid was bullying a Sikh kid because he was Sikh. In a viral video that lasted for about 50 seconds, the white kid verbally abuses the Sikh kid, and other people in the video are actually laughing and encouraging the racist kid. But suddenly the Sikh kid dodges one of the punches and knocks the bully to the floor. He then continues to beat him up for around 25 seconds and then chases him down the street. So yeah, he really taught that bully a lesson. In fact, he ran him off his own street. Now, I'm not saying you should beat people up if they bully you, but you can't say it doesn't work. So
in those situations, a situation like that, when and that's when defending yourself comes in. Because when somebody's hitting you and you hit back, that's okay. You have to defend yourself in those situations. But don't beat up somebody to the point where they're terrified of walking on their street again. You just don't.
Next up is Revenge DVD. I actually got this one from an internet forum, but this one is a crazy real life story, so I wanted to put it in. So these two girls were best friends, and they were getting badly bullied by a girl called Georgina. She would call them really bad names, smash their heads on their desks, and beat them up really badly every single day. One day, one of the girls said that she would soon be leaving the school because they were moving house. Her best friend, who was also getting bullied, was really scared that she wouldn't have anyone to help her deal with the bullying. But then the girl who was moving said she wasn't going to leave, knowing her best friend was still being bullied and that she had a plan. The plan was that they decided to film all of the times Georgina bullied them for the few weeks before the girl left the school. But this was before camera phones came out, so they decided to have their laptops with them wherever they went. They made excuses so that they could type instead of write in all of their lessons, such as having slow handwriting or having carpal tunnel syndrome, which means you can't move your hand too well. They also painted over the green light that shows when your webcam's recording. Over the weeks, they recorded Georgina doing all the terrible stuff I was talking about before. They then asked a friend who knew how to edit videos to make a compilation of all of the videos and burn it to a disc. And then it finally got around to the night that the girl was leaving, and the two best friends said goodbye and the girl left. But in the morning, Georgina's mum, the headmaster of the school, and the police all woke up to find the DVD in their mail because the girls had put it in there just before one of them left. Georgina ended up getting expelled and no one in the schools would take her, so she ended up having to move country just to go to school. The girls made a fake Facebook account and friended her on it so they could see what happened. And in her adult life, apparently she's not doing too good. So yeah.
You know, I feel bad for the bully in this situation. I do. Look, yeah, the bully, well, I think in this case, she was being a bitch. She was. But you go, if your purpose is to go out of the way and ruin somebody's life, that's even fucking worse. That's even fucking worse. And that's like the story of that teenage girl who made up a fake rape story so her father could go to prison for it, and years later she says, oh no, he didn't rape me, that was just a thing I said because he asked me to clean my room. That was her fucking testimony in court. Seriously. And it turns out there was trauma to her body, but that was from somebody else. That wasn't from her father. But, you know, see, when people do shit like that, when they go out of their way to ruin somebody's life, they're fucking awful human beings.
She ruined their childhood, but the two girls ruined her life. Kinda harsh, but I guess it goes to show, don't be a bully.
Kind of harsh. That wasn't. They didn't need to ruin somebody's life. Fuck that. They didn't need to do that. I hope they feel fucking proud of themselves, those vindictive assholes.
Write down all your names, so don't be a bully. Bully. Bully shit. Listen to what I feel inside. So next up on this list is Jay Snyder. Now we all know that when you play video games, there's a lot of trash talk. Shut up! For fucking seconds! It's not for fucking second here, please! And that's fine. In fact, that's one of the things that I find really funny when I play video games. Because you usually end up being pretty good friends with the people and it can just be a bit of fun. But sometimes this can go beyond harmless fun. Jay had been getting bullied for quite a while by this guy. He'd been harassing him online and not just trash talking, but saying some really fucked up things to him at an EVO tournament. If you guys don't know, EVO is a fighting game which has a big tournament every year. Anyway, the bully starts roasting, well, at least what these guys consider roasting the other guy. And then they have a little face-to-face confrontation where Jay doesn't back down. And after that, they play the tournament and Jay kicks the other guy's ass in the game and wins by far. And then after that, he says this.
Okay. If he says what I think he's going to say, there was some point to it.
There's going to come a point when you forget about what happened. And you're going to want to come back at me. And you're going to want to wash the taste of my dick out of your mouth.
So yeah.
You know what, Cracker Boy? That wasn't worth it. I'm a white guy saying this, so it's not racist. But that was not fucking worth it. How about, you know, this guy puts his penis in your mouth and you're trying to get the taste of his cock out of your mouth. How does that sound in return? Think about it.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good revenge. Next up is Defender. This one is a crazy story, and it's actually a video that blew up recently on Facebook. In the video, a fight breaks out between an immigrant kid and another kid, and the other kid was bullying him because he was an immigrant. And the kid getting bullied hadn't even done anything wrong, so that's just fucked up. But anyway, the bully tries to throw a few punches, and the immigrant kid ends up blocking and dodging every single one. Now, I don't know if he's some kind of karate expert or whatever, but he's damn good at defending himself. If that's how he can defend himself, he can probably fight really good too. So it's a good thing for the bully that this kid didn't fight back. And the reason he didn't fight back was because he was new to the school and didn't want to get in trouble.
See, once again, another situation where, you know, without harming anybody. And that's how it should go if you need to defend yourself. You hit to disarm, but you don't hit to destroy.
And his defensive approach to the bullying worked because the bully got expelled, but he was able to stay in the school. So yeah, he got revenge by not doing anything at all. I guess I take back what I said before about fighting back. Well, if you're this kid, that is. Next up on this list is Poison.
Whoever did this, I hope they got him to prison.
So this is another one coming from an online forum, and this one is absolutely crazy. So there was a kid called Jimmy who was bullying this other kid because he was fat and he didn't have too many friends. He would exclude him from anything that him or anyone else in the class did. And one day he even said a bunch of lies to the kid's only best friend, which made the kid that was being bullied so sad. So he decided to get revenge. He began talking about this new spray candy he had and said it was really expensive and rare. And obviously the bully, Jimmy, asked to try some. But the kid said no, and he could probably guess that Jimmy took it anyway. But that's exactly what the kid wanted to happen. And that's because this candy spray was actually his glasses cleaner. And Jimmy just drank the whole bottle of it. So yeah, he pretty...
During somebody's life. What the fuck? What the... How in the fucking world is that okay? Say hello to the next O.J. Simpson.
pretty much poisoned the bully. That shit could have killed him, but the kid didn't get in any trouble because he never told Jimmy to drink it. And Jimmy turned out to be alright, but he did have to go to hospital. This one is really dangerous, but actually pretty funny and smart, considering he was a...
Funny. Jesus fucking Christ. No, when you poison somebody, that's not funny at all. This could have been, this kid that poisoned him should have gone to fucking juvie for you know, 18 fucking years. You can't poison somebody and think that's funny. Jesus fucking Christ.
only 11 years old at the time. So coming up next is Austin Higley. In 2015, a student called Austin at a high school in California had an encounter with a bully, and Austin is actually blind, so all he could do to defend himself was hold up his arms. And because he was blind, he didn't know what was going on or where the punches were coming from. Who beats up a blind kid? Seriously. Anyway, he was getting
Okay, that's fucked up.
beaten up, but then suddenly his friend jumps in and knocks the bully down and out with just one blow. It just goes to show, don't mess with a disabled person. The bully actually ended up getting suspended and moved schools. I'm guessing wherever he went next, he wasn't so popular. I mean, it's bad enough being the new guy, but if you're also known as being a guy who beats up blind kids, then you're gonna have a bad time. But
okay, that's good in this case. To get punched in the face by the kid's friend, yeah. Bullying a disabled person's just fucked up.
But anyway, the story of the blind guy's friend saving him from being bullied was in the news all around the world, and the blind guy and his friend even got invited on the Dr. Phil show to talk about it. And coming up last on this list is Dream Crusher. This one is from an internet forum, and it's a really crazy story. Basically, a junior boy was getting bullied by a senior girl. Well, one day he decided to set up a camera in the room where he'd always eat lunch alone because he didn't have too many friends. And she would always go in there and beat him up and say really bad stuff to him. So anyway, he set up his camera, and sure enough, the girl came in and beat him up and called him some really bad stuff. And because she was a senior, she was applying to colleges, and this girl had just applied for early admission to a really prestigious and expensive university, and because she applied early, she was pretty much 100% guaranteed to get in. So this guy goes and sends a video to the university, and then the university tells her there's no way she's getting in because they saw the video. Not only did she not get into a dream school, she also got kicked out of her current one, and that's why this guy is the Dream Crusher. And that just about wraps up this video. Check out.
You know, you have to be a real fucking asshole to do that to somebody. Yeah, a girl beats you up. Big fucking deal. You know, be a man, suck it up. Jesus fucking Christ. Be a man and suck it up. Yeah, she was an asshole for doing that to you, but really, was it good to ruin her chances at a college career? No, it wasn't worth it. Poisoning somebody isn't funny. That kid should have gone to prison. Anyway, so I hope you've seen why people that get revenge on their bullies are sacks of shit just as much as the bullies are sacks of shit. You know, sometimes it's just not worth it. Sometimes it's, you know, you have to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to ruin their life. Fuck them. Who cares? But the people that have gone out of their ways to ruin people's lives, as you see in the video, all human beings. Anyway, the link to the video is going to be in the description box down below. See ya.